everyone, thanks for coming back for another anime figure opening video today. Today we're going to be looking at the very much anticipated EXQ Rem figure that came out in Japan in April. Again, this is another figure that I have been wanting to open for a little while, but finding time to do so has proven to be very, very difficult. And I'm excited to open this because we also have our Rem figure that we opened very, very early last year. A lot of people liked that figure, so we're going to have a nice comparison shot at the end. But today, of course, our focus is on our Rem. So let's get straight into it. So first, as you can see, quite obviously, Rem is standing on the front with her hand up to her face. It looks like it's in some kind of whispering position, not too sure why. But this is a wonderful shot of Rem from the front, very, very pretty. Again, this is our EXQ figure for ReZero. I'm not going to read everything there. And again, down here it says A Rem. I'm not too sure why it says A Rem. Maybe there's going to be a B Rem, or there is already a B Rem. Whoa, the color suddenly changed. But yes, and then our ReZero logo down here. We have our Crane King at the top and Bam Presto in the top right corner. On the side, we have a few pictures of Rem from different angles. Rem looking off, kind of gazing into some kind of distance. We also have Rem from behind, and also some damage. I will explain that later. On the back, we also have a reverse shot of Rem here. Again, this is with her wedding kind of veil, which is very, very pretty. Although if it's anything like the Rem one, it's going to be very, very plasticky and rubbery. And then on the side, we have both of the EXQ Rem and Rem duo pair. This looks very pretty, so it kind of gives you a view of what is to come. When we had just the Rem figure, this wasn't here, so we didn't have anything to compare with. But of course, they were going to come out together anyway. On the bottom, we have our safety information again. This time, this one is for 15 years and over. Again, you can feel free to check these out and have a look. And then finally on the top, we have our EXQ. Again, wonderful, wonderful logo. So let's not waste time and get this opened up. Okay, so back in with the knife, and as you can see, there are 1, 2, 3 pieces of tape. Now I would say 1, 2, 3 pieces of tape. This one is already open. And again, this is because I bought this on Amazon, so I'm not too sure if it's been opened already, or if it's secondhand, but that is also the reason for the damage on the side here. But anyway, let's open her up and take a look inside. Now, of course, we expect cardboard with these. EXQ just should translate into cardboard. And again, our Rem figure is in a nicely wrapped plastic case here. Oh, 3 sections. And you can tell this hasn't even been opened yet, because everything is nicely sealed at the ends. Oh wow, that's interesting. I was thinking that this has already been opened and someone had set it up and just didn't want it. But anyway, let's unpackage these and take a look together. 1 second. Okay, so our stand, no magical tricks this time. We have 2 points sticking out for her feet to go into, and that's basically it. There's nothing really special to talk about this. It's just a plain plastic white surface. It's a little bit glossy if you wanted to talk about that, but that's it. Of course, we do have a little bit of text on the other side. Again, this is just our kind of Kadokawa ReZero Bam Presto 2019 made in China stuff. But yeah, there's nothing to scream about with this stand. So it's not super important, it's just holding the figure up. So, no, stand. Let's put that down. And of course we have our Rem figure herself. Now she does also have this extra piece, a bit like our Rem figure before. She has this massive slot in the back, which is butt ugly. Butt ugly. And we have to try and fit this in, so let's see if it will go in. Oh, good lord, that's more difficult than I thought that was gonna be. Oh, interesting, that doesn't actually fit in all the way. Like, the curve in her back kind of stops it from going in completely. But anyway, I mean, it's in. Even if I shake it, it doesn't fall out, so that's not too bad. But anyway, here is our Ram figure. This looks wonderful and I'm really excited to review it. So let's get straight into it. So as always, let's start off with the face. As you can see, she has these two red eyes, absolutely beautiful eyes. She has a nose sticking out and then this tiny little mouth here, just to show that she is kind of whispering or kind of in shock or something. Or pouting, I guess pouting would be the word. But it has a nice kind of cute effect on Ram's face here. The thing that stands out the most is her hair being translucent. Again, translucent means that it's semi-see-through, not 100%. And this is wonderful because the plastic itself isn't super rubbery like previous figures that we've opened. It's actually quite tough. So it looks like it won't be too malleable and it won't be getting all rubbery anytime soon. But this comes down in a few strands on the side. She has the flat fringe in the middle covering her left eye over here. Very, very pretty. She also has these roses on both sides, which are absolutely beautiful. So there's about 4 roses there, and over here we have 3 with a few leaves. These are very, very nicely detailed. But again, we have a similar problem with a lot of these Ram figures. There's a big split in her hair. You can see very clearly where they've tried to join the front of her hair to the back. And it's just really, really ugly. If this veil was covering it just a little bit more, maybe that would be nicer, but it is just not the nicest looking thing. But she has her ears very nicely hidden underneath the hair on both sides. And over this side, at least here, we don't see too much of the split. Because we have this one piece of hair that is a little bit malleable covering it. So, not too bad. And again, I don't know anyone that's going to be looking at the figure from this angle. Of course you're going to look at it from the front, so it's not the biggest issue. Another big thing with this figure is that she has this beautiful 2-layered veil on the back of her head. I suppose our Ram is getting married. I wonder who to. I guess Rem would be getting married to Subaru, so who is Ram getting married to? But as you can see, this veil has this absolutely stunning pattern on the back. It's absolutely beautiful, and this goes all the way around. This looks very, very lacy, very, very pretty. It reminds me of like a doily cloth or a net curtain, but it's very, very fancy, very, very nice looking. And actually, interestingly enough, this is less malleable than the Rem was. It seems as though they've made a few improvements from last year's figure to this year's figure. So very, very pretty. Moving down the body, as you can see, she has this pink and white bikini top on. Her bust sticks out a little bit. Again, not as much as Rem's does. It's not important. She does also have this kind of lacy, well, actually very, very nice texture too. This lacy kind of pattern going up on her bikini, and that is the same over this side too. And she has this white pattern covering all the way around her bikini top. This is very, very pretty. It makes it stand out a little bit more. And of course, the color here, we have pink with a beautiful, very dark red bow in the middle. Very, very pretty. You can also see that one arm is folded up, and she has a white glove with these wonderful, beautiful roses again on this glove, kind of in a whispering fashion. Although, to be honest, it doesn't look the greatest detail here. It's interesting, it looks very, very rough. I don't like that too much now looking at it closely. But then she also has the same glove on down here, but her hand is closed in a kind of gripped manner. So yeah, not too much to talk about there. Going further down the figure, you can also see that her belly button is there, and she has a very, very, very thin waist. It's very unrealistic. But then moving further down, we also have her bikini bottoms. Again, these are pink with a little red bow in the middle and a kind of frilly pattern all the way around. And she has these roses on both sides. This is the exact same thing we have on our Rem figure. So very, very pretty. And you can see that behind she also has the backside there too. Not too much detail. And then finally moving down, she has these knee-high stockings on. These are also very, very pretty. Again, these are the same thing that our Rem has on. And then she also has these beautiful, beautiful boots on. Again, I love this little rose pattern. It's very, very pretty. And these are just high heels with the 2 holes in the middle. So yeah, let's get our EXQ Ram on her stand. 1 second. And here we go. Here is our Ram figure on her stand. This is a very, very pretty figure, and I do love this design. It's very, very nice. I did forget to mention that the veil at the back is basically the same as the head. It's just got this kind of rubbery pattern to it, and it does have this wonderful, wonderful pattern going all the way around the side. And again, this is the same at the top here. So very, very pretty. And it just adds an extra layer of depth to this figure. Without it, it just would feel a bit pointless. I did also notice that on her stocking here, she has a little bit of pink paint. I think this is just a manufacturing mistake. Maybe some of the coloring from here went up to here because it's not seen on the other side, and it just stands out. So not great, but not super noticeable. Again, you don't see it too much when you're looking at it from a distance and from the front. But anyway, wonderful figure. So let's give you all a few pretty shots of this figure. Let's take a look. And of course, as our Ram has her sister pair, let's have a look at them together. Which again, wow, looking at it like this is very, very pretty. So let's give you all a few pretty shots of these two like this too. Okay, and let's go and find your new home on the shelf. Let's take a walk. So yeah, I must say I'm very impressed with this figure. Very, very pretty, very nice design. We're going to put her next to her sister who has moved over here now. But wonderful, wonderful duo. Looking at these sisters like this is very pretty. I'm just still curious, who is she marrying? Who are you marrying? But anyway, thank you very much for tuning into today's video. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed it, please give us a like. If you enjoy seeing what we're doing, please subscribe. Of course, we still have many other figures to open up. And I will probably open up the Taito Miku figure next, because I'm really excited for that one. But anyway, I'm blathering on. So thanks again, and I look forward to opening up more figures with you soon. Okay, bye everyone!